Tonight, we get rid of a team that doesn't have an offensive philosophy, does not play good team basketball, doesn't even belong on the court with us. Tonight, we get rid of the peasants of the East. Tonight, your Detroit Pistons go against the Lose York Knicks. No, it is not on FanDuel. We got Day Jr. in the building. Salute, salute. Well, what's up? Much respect. Be sure to check out Day Jr.'s post, all that good stuff. Now, we're live. You're seeing a live feed of the game. We will not be here that much longer. No, there will not be any sound. If you want sound, you got to go directly there. You know, much respect. But tonight, for those that don't know, on the road, the Detroit Pistons, the best team in the NBA, the Detroit Pistons, and we're not going to play around, are facing the Lose York Afterthought, Mollywops, don't belong on the court with us Knicks. Tuned into Pistons Fake Book Live. Pistons Fake Book Live. Ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive you. You are live and locked and tuned into Pistons Fake Book Live. Pistons Fake Book Live. We're here. Tonight, we get rid of a team that doesn't have an offensive philosophy, does not play good team basketball, doesn't even belong on the court with us. Tonight, we get rid of the peasants of the East. Tonight, your Detroit Pistons go against the Lose York Knicks. No, it is not on FanDuel. We got Day Jr. in the building. Salute, salute. Well, what's up? Much respect. Be sure to check out Day Jr.'s post, all that good stuff. Now, we're live. You're seeing a live feed of the game. We will not be here that much longer. No, there will not be any sound. If you want sound, you got to go directly there. You know, much respect. But tonight, for those that don't know, on the road, the Detroit Pistons, the best team in the NBA, the Detroit Pistons, and we're not going to play around, are facing the Lose York Afterthought, Mollywops, don't belong on the court with us Knicks. The coddled team that will get beat tonight by us. This first quarter has already shown you what's going on. It's the same philosophy. It's the same dance. As you see, we pass the ball. We move the ball. We actually play basketball. Lose York, they get forced into stupid shots. Jalen Brunson still flopping around, crying like a little punk. Karl Anthony Towns still crying a lot, crying soft as a mug. They got. Ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive you. You are live and locked and tuned into Pistons Fake Book Live. Pistons Fake Book Live. We're here. Tonight, we get rid of a team that doesn't have an offensive philosophy, does not play good team basketball, doesn't even belong on the court with us. Tonight, we get rid of the peasants of the East. Tonight, your Detroit Pistons go against the Lose York Knicks. No, it is not on FanDuel. We got Day Jr. in the building. Salute, salute. Well, what's up? Much respect. Be sure to check out Day Jr.'s post, all that good stuff. Now, we're live. You're seeing a live feed of the game. We will not be here that much longer. No, there will not be any sound. If you want sound, you got to go directly there. You know, much respect. But tonight, for those that don't know, on the road, the Detroit Pistons, the best team in the NBA, the Detroit Pistons, and we're not going to play around, are facing the Lose York Afterthought Mollywops don't belong on the court with us Knicks. The coddled team that will get beat tonight by us. This first quarter has already shown you what's going on. It's the same philosophy. It's the same dance. As you see, we pass the ball, we move the ball, we actually play basketball. Lose York, they get forced into stupid shots. Jalen Brunson's still flopping around, crying like a little punk. Karl Anthony Towns still crying a lot, crying soft as a mug. They got Fat Joe in the audience. Why? We don't know or care. All right. At any rate, currently as we stand, let's go to some stats, if we may, which we will. Currently as we stand, we should be up by 2 points. Let's see what we got. And of course, protect your peace, protect your foundation, protect your family. Yes, we are up by 2 points going into the second quarter. 28-26, we lead.
This worn out team, they are losing today. Thankful their season is over now. Lose York, lose York. Coach Tom runs down the team. No more championship dream. Those 7 players are tired and worn out. Lose York, lose York. They cannot win in the square, won't get a ring anywhere. That's why they lose. Lose York. Lose York, lose York. Coach Tom runs down the team. No more championship dream. Those 7 players are tired and worn out. Lose York, lose York. They cannot win in the square, won't get a ring anywhere. That's why they lose. Lose York, lose York.
Rock, where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
Welcome to the Rock Files. Are the Rock Files? Yeah, live and locked. This is how we rock. Live and locked. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked. Live is how we lock. Oh, this is how we rock. The Rock. The Rock Files. Live and locked. Chill, baby. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful night. Ladies and gentlemen, hope your week, hope your Thursday night is amazing. Ours is. You know why the Thursday night is so amazing? And as you see, all is well. That's right. We haven't did a rock sports in forever, right? We saw the Lions, underwhelming. Of course, U of M is the best, college basketball team in the country. We proved that all season. Why did we wait so much before coming back with rock sports? Because unlike other idiots, we like to collect data and let some things play out. We're not going to put the cart before a horse. We're not going to put the Luz before the York. We're not going to put the C before the OK. We're not going to put the Denver before the pause. Before the pause. We're going to let some things play out. We let a whole season of horrible football go by the Detroit Lions. We let a whole season of, Michigan football go by, right? And we even let well over half the season of NBA basketball go. Let that go by. Didn't want to pop off when the Pistons did what they did, started well, outside of just losing the one game to Chicago. What we decided to do, we wanted to wait until about 50 some odd games for the Pistons before we finally stated the obvious. But before we get to that, all praise to the Almighty Yahuwah, for without the Almighty Yahuwah, there is absolutely nothing. There's absolutely nothing. All praise to the Almighty Yahuwah, the only Almighty. So much to be thankful for. Now, what is the purpose of this live? This will be a very short live. Again, this could be a sports panel. You're more than welcome to state your case against the Pistons if you have one, which you don't. But you're more than welcome to try. Currently tonight, and this is going to be a sports topic. You see what the topic is. Detroit Pistons are better than the rest of the NBA. All of you are worse than the Detroit Pistons. All of you, including you, OKC, including you, Spurs. We're going to play you and get you out of here soon. Why are we talking so heavy? After sweeping yet another overrated team, you may recognize them. Yeah, no. Hold up. We're going to show you who they are. Yeah, here they are. And look, this is nothing against anybody that lives in the boroughs of New York. Salute to you. This ain't personal. This is basketball. Yeah, this is what we did to this. We are the channel that coined the phrase lose York, because whenever we play them, and yeah, mostly during the regular season, right? They lose to us. And it wasn't close. It wasn't close. We just swept tonight. Let's show it to you. There it is. No, you know what? We're going to show you this. Let's show you this real quick. Yeah, this is what happened. Let's see. We got it. Our tech is teching. Yeah, here it is. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Yeah, this is what happened. This is just a little highlight of what happened. Salute to Yahoo Sports. There you go.
I think they're getting great looks, and I wouldn't be mad at
Hold on. Now, if you notice here, again, respect to Yahoo Sports, all right? If you notice here, Luz York starts out 9-2. They're at home. The only player they don't have playing is a bench player, right? They got, look, there it is. There's the starting, right? They got Karl Anthony Towns. They got Flop Bunsen. They got Josh Hart. Mikal Bridges, legitimate, right? Even OG Anunoby, the corpse of him, came back from obviously being a little bit injured just to play this game. And here is a highlight of what happened. Again, Luz York started out 9. They're leading the game in the first quarter. All looks good until what?
If Detroit's going to make threes, they're going to be pretty hard to beat.
I think they're getting great looks, and I wouldn't be mad at these misses right now. As finally goes for Cunningham.
Now, as you just saw, Cade Cunningham, who's the MVP of the NBA. Sorry, it's not Shea Gilgeous. Sorry, it is not Jokic. It's not Giannis. It's Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is the MVP of this league as we speak now. Could anything happen? Sure. Anything could happen. We're talking about, and we're going to set a date on this, February 20th, 2026. Your MVP of the NBA, the trash NBA, by the way, is Cade Cunningham. He's your MVP. He probably will be your MVP. No matter what, Adam Silver, no matter what, Lose York, no matter what, LA Fakers, no matter what any of these other places want to do to stop it, you can't stop it. Why? Because we beat you all. We defeat you all. We're better than you at basketball. Hey, no doubt, you got more titles in your history. Well, Lose York doesn't, but the rest, they have more titles. Then again, you have more coddling from the NBA. We don't. We get ours out the mud. You don't. We do. Everything you see us do, we do independently of the league, of that NBA league. The rest, they get assistance. They get assistance, and that's fine. We don't want assistance. We want rings, and we want to beat down competition, kind of like we did tonight. Let's show more of this highlight, please. Oh, by the way, in that highlight, you'll notice that Cade Cunningham, while the team is down by 7 points, shot a three-pointer right over the softest playing big man in the NBA. His name is Cat. Yeah, his name is Cat, Karl Anthony Towns. You know there's another name for Cat that we won't say on here, but that's how he plays. He plays like a cat. Karl Anthony Towns. And got a three-pointer right in his mug. Let's go on with the highlight, please. Let's go on more with the highlight. What else we got?
One of the reasons
there's some more Cade.
It's one of the best offenses in this league.
Well, look at that. Cade Cunningham driving. And look, Mikal Bridges can play. Mikal Bridges can play. He's a fantastic defender, and he can ball. He plays well on the court. He's actually a complete basketball player. It didn't help him in this play. Let's see what happened here. Let's see what happened here if that's okay. It is okay.
Goes for Cunningham.
One of the reasons.
Now look at this. Now that's OG Anunoby back from injury, so he's out to play. He got drove by. He's done. Here's Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges, great defender. One of the better defenders in the league. Let's see if that helped him against an MVP candidate.
New York's one of the best offenses in this league.
Oh, it most certainly didn't, because there goes the basket right here. Now, right here, Pistons down by 6 points. Lose York is still leading. You're approaching half of the first quarter. This show didn't help him out on that play. Let's see what else happened.
51.
Oh, well, look at that. It is getting toward the half. Now, Lose York was leading by 7 points here, 5 points there. Now they're down by 3. And look who's guarding look at the fraud NBA MVP guarding an actual one. Let's see what happens here.
48 Pistons. Cunningham, the fadeaway is.
And there goes Jalen Brunson getting sun. Jalen Brunson is not a complete basketball player. Jalen Brunson can't play any defense, and on offense, he flops around and hopes his three goes down. As you just saw, when an actual smoke comes to Jalen Brunson, he crumbles. Let's watch it again, please.
48 Pistons. Cunningham, the fadeaway is.
Well, let's see that again. Look good. Hey, it's the play that's so nice, we got to play it twice.
48 Pistons. Cunningham, the fadeaway is.
And from this point on, the Lose York Knicks never got the lead back. Spoiler alert. Wonder what happened. All right. Let's keep going.
Wow. I don't see you.
Oh, well, look at that. Well, now let's go back to that. That's very important. That's very important. So here, we're up by 3. Now we're up by 5 going into the half. You're going to see a pattern through this highlight clip.
Wow. I don't see you.
That's 5 points right there. Oh, it's 8 points going deep into the third quarter. Look at that.
I don't know Labubu, but I know Shakira.
Shakira's more part-time.
Mikal Bridges is guarding Cade Cunningham. Okay, so that's a pick. That's not on Mikal Bridges. That's the pick. There's Mitchell Robinson supposed to be a defender. He's on his heels already. What's going to happen here? Uh-oh. Oh, no, Lucy. Hey, Luz York, how come your female player known as Cat didn't want no smoke? Cat is 7 feet tall. Cade Cunningham is 6'7", 6'6", right? So he should get this shot out of here. But how come it didn't happen? This is what happened to Cat. Oh, no. And your man Cat, he played Olay on defense. He played Olay. Look at him. He don't want no smoke, just like the rest of Luz York don't. Look at him. He quit. Your Cat quit. He's not Cat. He's quit. His name is Quit. Look at him. Now let's play it again. Let's play it again. It's the play so nice, we have to play it twice. This is on their home floor. This is supposed to be a game. Look, we already blew them out twice in Detroit. That don't count, right? Well, no, you ain't played in Madison Square Garden yet. No, man. Like, no. Luz York has better odds than the Detroit Pistons to win an NBA championship. Please keep in mind, I want to show you also something here. Look at Tolu Smith. Tolu Smith is a two-way G League player. So we don't have Isaiah Stewart. We don't have Jalen Duren. They're on suspension for being about that smoke, for getting fake tough teams like Charlotte out of here. Yeah, the same game they got kicked out, we got them out of here too. That was another team we better watch out for. They were the hottest team in the NBA until they met us. Luz York was supposed to be this threat until they met us. What happened? No, let's play it. Just once more, and then we'll move on. You know, like we ain't gonna be here. We just saying. Here it is. Cunningham. Cunningham. On Karl Anthony Towns. And actually, it's not just on Karl Anthony Towns. Look at the players. All these players are trying to stop Cade Cunningham. Mikal Bridges is right there. He got out to play. Mitchell Robinson, that's his responsibility. He's on his heels. So Mikal Bridges couldn't stop him. Mitchell Robinson couldn't stop him. Of course, we know the flopper who's just stuck in no man's land. He's just going to watch it go by. I don't want no. Hey, old man, you want some of this problem? I'm Jalen Brunson. I don't want no problems, Chief. Watch this. Look at that. On the whole squad, Cunningham dunks on the home floor of the Knicks. And by the way, it's not just in a losing effort. We're up by 8 now. Y'all were up, Luz York. Y'all were up by 7 to start the game, but as the game goes on, we're up by 8. Let's see some more.
Left hand, Cunningham with the.
Oh, now we're up by double digits, something you couldn't do. What happened? What happened? Luz York, you don't have an offensive philosophy. Luz York, you're overrated. Luz York, you don't have anything to compete with us. Luz York, we swept you. Luz York, we dominated you. You can't play with us, Luz York. You're trash to us. Yeah, that's great last season, blah, blah, blah. By the way, last season we didn't have Isaiah Stewart, but whatever. No excuses. You won. You won that playoff series. You will not. You better hope you don't face us. You can't play with us. You're not on our level. You are, as they say in Japanese culture, you're young boy. Look it up, young boy. We are Sifu. We are Sensei. You're young boy. What's your excuse now? Hello? Line one. What's your excuse now? You dang right we're talking heavy. Oh, we're going to show you some more. Let's finish this out.
Oh, just nasty.
Oh, what they say? Oh, just nasty. Hey, Cortez, ain't that what you say? Nasty? Yeah, they say, and salute to Cortez. Don't shout at Cortez. Cortez, good battle rapper. Salute. We're just saying Cortez from New York says nasty, but now in New York, That dunk on all of that was a dunk on all of the starting lineup of New York. Lose York.
And another offensive rebound.
Oh, and now as the game is coming to an end, because there's 4 minutes left, you see it. Reach your screen. 4 minutes 47 seconds left. We're by 12 now. And by the way, oh, okay. There's Jalen Brunson. Oh, and what's this? This is, if not mistaken, that might be either Austin Thompson or Ron Holland. Ron Holland takes the ball. Oh, ain't this your latest acquisition? Jeremy Sohan. Yeah, what happened to Jeremy Sohan and Alvarado that was supposed to be so much of a difference against us? You got these two guys that's supposed to be a difference and still got dog walked. We dog walked y'all. Anyway, let's keep going.
Reed had it knocked away, but retrieves it.
Sohan's competing. He's going to be the.
Okay, so it wasn't a steal. Apologize for that. Let's take it back. Spoke too soon. No problem. Okay, so here's New York trying to steal the ball. Sorry, lose York trying to steal the ball from us. Okay, what happens? Well, that's Paul Reed. Paul Reed gets the ball back. Cade Cunningham gets it. Now look at these three players. All three of these players are focused in on Cade Cunningham. Let's see how this turns out, ladies and gentlemen.
Sohan's competing. He's going to be the. He's not going that easy. Look, he's competing, coach. Oh, got him.
And it didn't matter. He's competing, coach, and it didn't matter. That's what happens with your latest acquisition. So Cade dunks on Karl Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Quick, a.k.a. Cat. Cade outperforms your fraud MVP candidate. Oh, we're going to show you the stats on that in a minute. Oh, we're going to show you that. And then Cade also, on your latest acquisition, hits a three-point on him. Now that means we're up by 15, right? Let's see what else happened.
That's filthy. Cade Cunningham.
That's what happened. Let's see how the game ended. Salute to that. Let's see how the game ended. Yeah, let's see how the game ended. Anything can happen, right? Oh, well, look, here's the game. Well, look at that. By the way, if you like to play along, this is courtesy of yahoosports.com, the best sports website out there. Salute to Sports Illustrated. See, we don't go to ES Satan over here. We go to actual sports. So we got yahoosports.com. Here's the final score. This might look familiar. We're going to get to that in a minute. This might look familiar. The final score of the game is Detroit, as usual, 126. And the lose York Knicks, hey, at least you guys got over 100. Ain't that precious? You still lost by 15. Here's some highlights right here. Here's some highlights. Yeah, just you can see. Just take a look. There you go. Cade Cunningham, 42 points, lead Pistons to another blowout win over lose York Knicks. The lose York Knicks lost their three meetings in 2025-26 by an average, not just one game, by an average of 28 points. That means we dog walked you once, we dog walked you twice, we dog walked you three times. And this is on your home floor. Again, we didn't have another all-star. Jalen Duren did not play this game. Isaiah Stewart didn't. Your whole team did. And it didn't matter. Huh? It didn't matter. Here's another part of the headline. Cade Cunningham dazzles Pistons crush lose York Knicks for the third occasion in a row. Y'all didn't get, not only did y'all not get one game, y'all didn't get close one game when the game, y'all didn't even have the game close. We even didn't lead. We didn't lead wire to wire in this. Oh, by the way, what an MVP candidate looks like, right? Let's get back to that real quick. What an MVP candidate looks like. This is what Cade Cunningham did right here. Yeah, this is what he did. 42 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists, and a steal in 38 minutes and 28 seconds. That's basically a triple-double. Okay, fine. That's a high double-double, almost a triple-double. He scored more points against y'all sorry lose York people than minutes played. Let's see what your fraud MVP candidate did. Because people talk receipts, right? We got receipts. Here's some receipts. Here you go. Here's some receipts. Here's some receipts. Oh, it's easy to talk heavy after you win. You dang on Skippy. It's very easy to do so. Because y'all didn't win against us the whole season. Let's keep going. Let's go to the schedule and let's go to Lose York versus us. There's the latest game. Fantastic. Yeah. Oh, and Luke Kane. Yo, Luke Kane. We play Chicago next. You know what's going to happen on that, right? Luke Kane. You know what's going to happen next, right? We're going to dog walk y'all too. We're better than you. Everybody get it. Everybody get it. In the NBA, that is. Salute to y'all, though. Nothing personal. Basketball. So, again, just to reiterate, Cade Cunningham, an actual MVP candidate, 42 points. My bad. 42 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. He had 5 turnovers. Not good. He sure had 2 blocks and a steal. And by the way, this was the Tobias Harris that had 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 11 points. You know, Paul Reed, a backup center, by the way, had 18 points, 2 assists, and a steal. Let's see what Jalen Fraud Brunson did. Here, so we're going to go to your stats, New York. Okay. Now, Jalen Brunson, he showed up. Hey, not bad for a junior. Not bad for a fraud MVP, right? Now, keep in mind, both of these are supposed MVP candidates. Here's Jalen Brunson, 33 points, good. 60% from the field, way to go. 42.9% from 3, okay. Hey, perfect from the free throw, right? He had 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals, and 6 turnovers, and not a block. Meanwhile, Cade had 42 points, 13 assists, and 8 rebounds, and 5 turnovers, and 2 blocks, and a steal. Yeah, again, Jalen Brunson got outplayed by an actual MVP candidate. Now, at least Karl Anthony Towns, he got 21 points and 11 rebounds. But when the game was on the line, he got dog walked. And your coach is trash too. Yeah, Mike Brown is trash because he's not using the weapons. But look, the Pistons don't have a problem with that. Look, you saw Karl Anthony Towns, Cat, a.k.a. quit because he quit on that play that we just showed you. Quit Anthony Towns. Yeah, that's good. Quit Anthony Towns. 21 points, right? 21 points. 11 rebounds, good. 4 assists, a steal, 2 turnovers. Those are pretty quality starting numbers, right? Let's go to Paul Reed. Paul Reed, our third center. Paul Reed, right here at the bottom. Basketball Paul, we call him Basketball Paul. That's what we call him. 18 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Now, that's less than Karl Anthony Towns. The difference is Paul Reed is our third center. Karl Anthony Towns barely outplayed our third center. Yeah. Lose York, what are you doing here, dog? Lose York, we sit at the big table. You sit at the baby table. That's where you sit. And look, the next games you got, let's see. When you play Houston next, here's your schedule, by the way. Y'all might be in trouble. Y'all might be going down this lineup because we've exposed y'all. Okay? Again, your offense doesn't exist. You have offensive players, but you don't have an offensive system. Jalen Brunson, flop around. You guys stand around, just watch a little bit, catch rebounds, and try again. You don't have an offense. Oh, my bad, you have a little baby pick and roll. Man, get up out of here. Anyway, you play Houston next, Chicago, Cleveland, and Milwaukee. You might lose all 4 of those games. And if you do, you've been exposed. A team like Houston can do the same thing to you. A team like Chicago, Chicago don't play no defense. You might win Chicago. Everybody beat Chicago. Ain't that right, Luke Kane? Yeah. Oh, by the way, Chicago don't want nothing with Detroit, by the way. Luke Kane, if you're in the shadow, you can step up and talk about it. Salute to Luke Kane, man. Salute to Luke Kane. All right, cool. Cleveland. Cleveland is just like y'all, except they play a little bit more defense. And they got a little bit more. You might lose to Cleveland. Milwaukee, you might lose to Milwaukee. You might. So you might go 1-3 in this lineup. That means you're going to go further down. And that means the further down you go, you're going to have to face who's the number one team in the NBA? Yeah, when we say we're the best team in the NBA, we're not just talking because we advocate for it. No. Who's the number one team in the NBA? Who's the number one team in the NBA? Well, let's take a look. We've done this before, right? Right. Okay, cool. Well, look at that. Here it is. With a 759 winning percentage, well, the best team in the East is Detroit. But wait a minute. What about OKC, right? OKC now. Ooh, right? By the way, our point differential is 8.1 per game. That also leads the East. Yeah. So we're not a fluke. Oh, the last 10 games, we won, and we're 8-2 in the last 10 games. Now, Cleveland's 9-1, so Cleveland be a harder team than us, but we're better than them. That's why Cleveland's looking up at us. Similar to lose York, right? Anyway, we have a 759 winning percentage. A 759 winning percentage. Let's see what OKC and San Antonio has, okay? Oh, well, look at this. OKC, although close, they got a 750 winning percentage. Everybody else is lower. We're the best team in the NBA as we speak right now. As we speak right now, we're the best team in the NBA. 759 winning percentage. Could this last? Anything could happen, no doubt. Oh, by the way, we got 41 wins. We're only 3 wins away from clinching a playoff spot. Can the rest of you say that? Outside of OKC, we see you, OKC. Now, OKC got more wins than us, but we got, let's see, we got one less loss than they do. We got a better winning percentage. Yeah, we're better. We're just better. And we're going to play OKC and San Antonio coming up very soon. We're going to get them out of here. Here's the thing. OKC don't look. None of the rest of y'all are used to smoke that we bring. We're used to y'all. Y'all play the same way. Whole bunch of threes, shoot the three, ISO player. This is our main player. Hope he doesn't get in. Yeah, come on, man. That ain't gonna beat us. So there you have it. This is just a live to say that the Detroit Pistons are better than the rest of you. Okay. And in 2026, we're better. And yeah, we'll revisit this. We'll see you soon. We can talk about it. And we understand that, like a lot of people whose team loses to us consistently and gets blown out, they're not going to show up. You don't have to show up. We'll be here. And you are live and locked into the Rock Sports. We will talk about other sports. Just wanted to chime in and do this real quick. Salute to y'all. And we're just going to leave you with the new Lose York national anthem. Please rise. Hold on. There we go. And again, protect your peace, protect your foundation, protect your sanity. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. First of all, 702 Smooth. We welcome you. Hey, 702 Smooth. You want to check our record against the West? We dogs walk y'all too. Only the Clippers have swept us. If we were in the West, we dog walk you. What team better than us in the West? Let's not front like the West is so great. Let's take a look at the West. Let's go back. All this analysts to be wrong? Wrong where? Salute to 702 Smooth. All right. By the way, here's the teams right here, right? Now, we have not played Oklahoma City yet. Straight up. We have not. Hey, no doubt. That's why. Let's put that up there. Excellent point. Was waiting for that. You did all this with the Lions. You're 100% right. Guess what, though? We're not saying we're going to win the NBA championship here. We're saying we're better than y'all as we speak, and all of you as we speak as of, what's this, February 20th. 2026. As of right now, we're better. We showed you the winning percentage. You saw what we did straight up. And by the way, don't forget, here's another part of analytics. We're doing this, and we haven't played against we have played against a lot of high-level competition, and we have had players missing. The rest of them haven't done that, man. You saw what happened to Oklahoma City when Shea had to sit down for a minute. They lost. We didn't do that. There's no Durant tonight, and we're just going to talk. Okay, let's get back to the West, because that's the point. And again, be sure, and just to let you know, this ain't personal for those that's watching on IG. 702 Smooth is good here. We're having a basketball discussion. We know how to talk heavy and be respectful. Salute 702. And 702 Smooth knows his basketball. So we're going to address the point. Now let's go back to the Lions real quick. Yeah, hey, look, you know how we keep it here, man. If the Lions, when they were playing well, we're going to talk heavy. The second they lost, what happened? We were right here and said what? They lost. They messed up. Jared Goff was horrible. Nothing we can do about that. And we know that at any moment, sports can change. But that's a heck of a change with this type of record. Let's go back to the record of the Pistons. We're going to go to the West in a minute. 41-13, bro. And it's not like this is 41-13 against scrubs, man. And also, just want to say this before we get to the West. It's interesting how before a team plays us, 702, that they're a contender. We got to watch out for them. They're going to definitely defeat us, right? Then we dog walk them. Not just get by them, we dog walk them. After we dog walk them, all of a sudden, now they're not so great. Yeah, they're not so great because we took that away from them. Let's go here. West, right? Now we're gonna leave the bottom teams. Anybody can beat the bottom teams, right? Okay, cool. Now the Clippers swept us. Kawhi went crazy, so that's one. The Clippers have swept us. Portland, we got out of here. Golden State, we got out of here. Phoenix, we split with them. Golden State, we swept. Portland, we swept. Okay, that's kind of okay, cool. Let's go here. Let's go to the LA Fakers. The Fakers, we swept. Let's go to the Nuggets. The Nuggets, we swept. We have split with Houston. Minnesota, we won one. Or have we played them yet? We may not play with Minnesota yet. So now all that's left is Oklahoma City and San Antonio. Now let's compare some winning percentages very quickly. So right here for the West, Oklahoma, 750. We have a better winning percentage than them, but 750 is awesome. 709 for San Antonio, great. 630 Houston, right? So your top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7, 8 teams, right, are all above 500. Now let's take a look at the East. It's the same in the East, bruh. And actually, if you look at the record, you look at the record of Detroit, Boston, lose York, Cleveland, Toronto, and Philly. And salute to Philly for bouncing back after we dog walked them too. We swept them too, by the way. Anyway, 759, 655, 625. Is it? You said 26-7. Let's go there. Yes, we are. We already did it. Hold on. Is that here? This is home, division, conference. You know what? 702, I'm going to say this. That's one thing missing from this analysis here on this table. Let's see. Is it here? Yeah. There's one thing missing is that you see at the top right here, they got the home, right? They got the division conference. 17-6 against 500 teams. Let's go there. Now that's us, 17-6 against 500 teams, or is that? Yeah, go ahead and clarify that one, 702. Just so we're on the same page. But watch, look at the top 6 teams, and look at the top 6 teams of the West. They ain't too different, man. They ain't too different. 545 for the 6 there, and for the 6 here. 607. So okay, 655. Okay, so your two is better than our 2. No doubt. San Antonio is better than Boston. Let's look at the three. 633, 625. That's not too far away. That's 625, lose York. 630 Houston ain't too far away. So that's kind of a push, but you get it. You get a slight advantage there. Number 4, Cleveland, 625. Number 4 here, 625. That's even right there. That's even. The Fakers. Now look, can we be straight about the Fakers though? We know the Fakers are trash, right? Come on, 702 Smooth. The Fakers play no defense at all. They're not a complete basketball team. Okay, that is not a bad point. It's not a bad point here. Let's highlight this. It's a nightly grind playing on the West. The East is looking bad overall. Not the top 6 teams. Not sure about. Not bad. And you would wait a minute. If the East is playing a lot of schedule facing each other with these type of records, isn't that a grind too? And honestly, when the West plays our when the West plays our worst teams and the East plays our worst teams, isn't that about the same? Look, don't get it wrong. Maybe from 2024 and back, the West had dominance, right? This season is kind of a push. It's kind of a push, man. I mean, there's been moments, of course, when the East have played, had a whole, like, let's say 5 games against we'll say the lower tier teams, but so is the West. What type of grind is it? And honestly, a lot of the West teams don't. Okay. Oh, let's talk about physical play. Okay, here. Well, hold up. Let's get that. All Eastern Conference stars are hurt this season. It wouldn't be that with healthy Tatum, Giannis, and Halliburton. Don't forget, though, we're going to speak for the Pistons for a minute. We actually had winning records against the Celtics, not against the Bucks. So the Giannis holds up, but against the Pacers and the Celtics, we defeated them. We defeated them, and that's when we were bad. Now, as far as like the grind in the East, those 3 players would add. They would add 100%. So but that's the reason for the East to be more open for teams to go past that conference. But respectfully, Jokic was out for a while for Denver. So that's something. But it wasn't a whole season. Absolutely correct. No problem. Just saying that even with those 3 players out, whenever the East and West has met in a lot of these games, it's been about even, or the East has had an advantage, especially with the Pistons. Now, again, we have not played. To be honest, we have not played Minnesota, San Antonio, Oklahoma City yet. And Phoenix did get us. Phoenix did beat us, so we split with them. But it's not, again, it's not just about the Pistons, it's about the Eastern Conference. The thing that might hurt the East as far as facing the West is one team. And that team, honestly, is Cleveland. Cleveland is right here. Cleveland has fallen off as far as holding up the East. Yeah. Because Cleveland, when they play the West, have not had good performances. We have, as far as to Detroit, hence why we're number 1. And if you take a look at the Pistons schedule, here's something that'll kind of, now look, we're talking about number 1s versus number 1s. And actually this week coming up, you're going to be talking about number 1s versus number 1 and number 2. What do we do when, not if, the Pistons beat Oklahoma City and San Antonio back-to-back? I'm sorry, game to game, excuse me. And honestly, 702 Smooth, that's why it's good to do this with these numbers. It has us all take a look at exactly what we have here. But honestly, the East and West are not that far. The whole point is saying the East and West are not that far apart. And it is saying the Pistons, as we speak, to be very clear and to be professional, as we speak right now, February 20th, 2026, the Detroit Pistons are the best team in the NBA. Will this last? Anything can happen. But we are better than y'all. And you know why we're better than y'all? Because y'all, as far as the rest of the NBA, because it's the style we play that the NBA is not used to, man. NBA is used to finesse ball with a whole bunch of shooting and chucking ball. They don't play actual basketball. They play iso ball and they just toss the ball up. It's not played with intelligence. Don't get it wrong. We do not have the most talented roster. The Detroit Pistons do not. We do not have a whole bunch of all-stars and names, but we play the best together. And that beats everybody. I mean, a good example of that would be the San Antonio Spurs in the 2010s. There were other rosters that had better talent, but no one coached better nor played better together than those Spurs. Hence why they won all those titles. Basketball matters. And even Adam Compromise Silver is kind of shading rules to that now. That's another thing at factor here. Teams are allowed to play more defense. Teams are allowed to play more aspects of ball, not just defense, but they're allowed to play more team-oriented ball. It's not just about who has the most money to pay for a whole bunch of stars. A lot of these teams with a lot of these stars are getting dog walked. Ain't that right, Lose York? And then what happened to you? You got all those stars. You got names, right? You gave up what? Six first round picks and all this stuff from Mikal Bridges, and you don't even play him against us. You don't let him do what he do. You got the ball in Jalen Brunson's hands, the basketball in Jalen Brunson's hands, and you got up out of here. Now, of course, there's way more to see. The season's not over, but I'm going to tell you like this, and this is straight up. With the style of ball we play, none of y'all can stop it. Only one that can stop it is us if we decide to do some stupid stuff, like try to shoot a bunch of threes that are not within the offense, stop moving the ball, stop being aggressive on defense and offense. If we keep doing that, y'all out of here. And 702 is right. Let's go back to it. 702 is right, and we would agree with 702 here. Yeah, we're not saying NBA championship, but we're going to say this. We keep doing this. Oh boy, y'all. The rest of y'all can go ahead and not show up for the playoffs. Even and look, we don't really get off into what national media states because there's a bias against the Pistons because we're Detroit. So that's a whole other lie. But keep in mind, even national media says this team hits threes is the problem. We did hit, and let's go to that, and we'll like sum it up that way. Okay. I'm going to go back to the schedule. And by the way, be sure it's Luther 702 Smooth right here. 702 Smooth. You can find him on YouTube. Brother, the guy knows his basketball. We get flowers here. The guy knows his basketball. Check him out. Check him out on YouTube. That's at 702 _smooth. So to that. Now watch this. Let's go to. Oh man, we done went to the wrong one. Hold on. Boom. Okay. All right. So we got a comment. Let's read the comment. 702 Swoop. I like Kate. He's a dog for sure. Just don't see him making noise come June. Here's why they can though. Because 702, just consider this. It's more than Kate. It's a style of basketball. And here's why they can do noise. It's actually very simple. It's a cheat code of playing together. And also the 702, you see these teams nightly just like we do. What happens when these teams are challenged physically? They crumble. They look good against teams that's not going to play physical. The only physical playing teams in the NBA are 5 teams. And notice those 5 teams are amongst the best. Denver Nuggets, Oklahoma City, San Antonio Spurs, Detroit Pistons, a little bit of Boston. Yeah, no, Boston. We'll give that to them. Can't stand it. We'll give it to them. So Boston. Those are your 5 teams that play physical. Cleveland kind of goes in and out. Oh, Phoenix. And Phoenix. That's why Phoenix has improved. Now, we just counted 6 teams, right? Okay. There are 32 teams in the NBA. 32. That means 26 teams don't play physical. That means 26 teams are playing finesse ball. That doesn't travel. That's not sustainable. Any given night, you got these streaky 3-point shooting teams, and that's their main go-to. The shot don't go down. They don't got another layer to go to. when we don't shoot well, we can rely on offense, defense, moving the ball, our conditioning. We got other ways to win. We have blown out teams that only have hit four threes the whole game and blew them out by 15 points. No other team has done that. So it's more than just K. It's more than just K. Something about it. All righty. Where we see? Oh yeah, schedule. Yeah, schedule for the Pistons. All right. So coming up next for the Pistons, because we did schedule for Lose York, got to be fair and do it for the Pistons. All right. We got the Chicago. So we're on the road against Chicago. Now, the thing that is unfortunate is that we play San Antonio and Oklahoma City at the crib. So both those games are at home. So what will be the narrative after we beat them, right? The narrative will be, oh, well, you got to play them at their spot first. See, there's a lot of goalposts moving with us. And honestly, I'm not even mad at it personally because the Pistons were just at the bottom of the league 3 seasons ago. So individuals like, wait a minute, this ain't how this supposed to happen. You know, ain't a team that was a lottery team 3 seasons ago, 2024, is all of a sudden supposed to win an NBA championship. That's usually how it goes, right? They got to go through some stuff. They got to get some stars and names. If you pay attention to Piston history, we have not won championships going with the trend. We have won championships going against it. And we're one of the only 5 or 6 physical teams and a talented team in the NBA. That's why we're winning. We don't just rely on finesse. We rely on physicality, moving the ball, being more in condition, being more aggressive. Oh, and we're a complete basketball team. Outside of, yeah, we got to hit more shots. We do have an issue hitting those open shots. But we are better than everybody else right now. That's just straight up. And respectfully, name another team that could do that can do what we did under the circumstances we had. Who are they? We have blown out teams without Cade Cunningham. Has OKC blown out a team without Shai Gilgeous? And who was it? They've lost games. Bad. We got bad losses too. We lost the game against the Washington Wizards, 100%. And one of those games against the Clippers, we shouldn't have lost. That's our fault. Okay, the Spurs. So the Spurs had no win by Yama, and they blew out a team. And by the way, 702 Smooth. Side note question. Is Wemby the franchise? Okay, obviously Wemby's a franchise player. Of this season, is Wemby the best player or Stephon Castle? Stephon Castle is a dog, bro. Stephon Castle, now granted, Wemby has been more consistent. Asking a question. All right, here we go. 702. When the game slows down and lock in on the big two, what are the role players going to do? We found that out okay. Well, we've had that. What happened is Javonte Green off the bench, and this is about the Pistons, by the way, for audience watching. Javonte Green has stepped in, dominated. Tobias Harris has stepped in and dominated an occasion. Duncan Robinson has in the first quarter, not a whole game, so we're not going to include him. So yeah, Javonte Green has, Tobias Harris has. Hold on a minute. Yeah, oddly enough, Karis LeVert. Oh my gosh! And just to let you know, we can't really stand him. Okay, all right. Hold on, let's go here. I think they have a few crazy wins without Wemby, but were they blowouts? And that's not saying. And again, we're asking a question. We're not talking heavy against the Spurs. We're just trying to see were these wins blowouts, because we've blown out. Case in point, we had no Jalen Duren, who's an all-star tonight, and we blew out the Lose York Knicks. Okay, there we go. That's what we want. Let's take a look at the schedule. All right, so we just did our schedule here. Just to reiterate, we got Chicago, San Antonio, Oklahoma City, and Cleveland. Now look, that's a gauntlet. You got number 2 in the West, number 1 in the West, and you got number 4 in the East, all in a row for the Pistons. We will revisit this after we win all 4 of these games in a row. Let's go to Spurs right now. just to see. And in the 702, you're more than welcome to help us out with that. Oh, you see, you done changed the energy now. No, we're still better than everybody right now. You know, our style is just better. Simple as that. Hold on a minute, please. Let's go to perfect. There we go. Let's go to the Spurs. Take a look at their schedule. Down here. Huh? Cool. All right. And again, for those that want to follow along, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. This is Yahoo Sports. Well, it's going to be sports.yahoo.com. You're more than welcome. All right, let's go to the schedule. Okay. We're going to take a look at blowouts. Let's find the blowouts. Let's go back to December. So that was November, December. Okay. 126, 119 is not a blowout. Lost to Cleveland. Okay. Got by New Orleans. Cool. Okay, this is a blowout right here against the Fakers. A team that deserves to get blown out because they're not very good. Being straight with you. How could you say that they got Luka? They don't play any defense. Sorry. If you're not a team playing both offense and defense, you're not a good team. It's simple as that. All right. So let's see here. Okay. Here's a blowout, right? Yeah. Here's a blowout without Wembanyama. Here it is. That's one. And this is against the Fakers. Not bad. This happened here. Okay. Salute to that. So no Wembanyama. He had according to this, against the Fakers, we'll give it a date in a minute. Wembanyama inactive, injury, illness, right? And of course, we know Jeremy Sohan got traded and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, Wembanyama was out this game because of injury or illness, and they blew out the Fakers here, 132-119. That is a blowout. Yeah, 132. Okay. And this was on the road. This was on the road against the Fakers. Not bad. Okay. So that's one. Let's see if we can find one more. And then, of course, obviously we would compare game to game to game and then yada, yada, yada. Washington, Atlanta. That's a significant blowout on the road. Atlanta's over. Okay, fine. We'll go. Oh, wait a minute. No. Here you go. OKC. This is a blowout. They blew out OKC. 130-110. Let's see what happened here. That's a definite blowout. 20 point. Yo. Oh, well, hold up. Let's go to the Spurs starting lineup. Okay, so they had Wembanyama off the bench. 23 minutes. Stephon Castle holding it down. Okay. So he played, was off the bench, probably coming back from an injury, right? Okay. Not bad. Actually, no, this is amazing. To play with a returning, it seems like, although 23 minutes, Wembanyama still played, though. Stephon Castle still played. Okay. So the Spurs, yeah, all right. The Spurs have faced adversity. Okay, cool. Okay. Not mad. Now, of course, the discussion would be, did they face as much adversity as we did? That becomes a point here, point there, blah, 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 blah. We got more games to play. But the style of basketball we play is different. It's actual basketball. Both sides of the ball. It's aggression. Ball movement. It's unselfish. Defense and offense. And don't forget, we still got the best bench in the league also. We've shown that. Now, so 702 Smooth, he has established a great case for the Spurs to say, hold on, yeah, we understand about the Pistons, but there's a case for the Spurs. Be one of them ones. Not mad at the case. Not mad at all. Still think we're better, but we're going to find out We're going to find out very, very soon. I honestly just wish this game. No, it would have been nice. Not wish. It would have been nice if this game was at San Antonio. It'll settle more. It'll settle a whole lot more for the Pistons. But here we are. Here we are. Look, salute to 702 Smooth from rocking with us and coming out, man. This is awesome. This is awesome. You know, and as y'all know on this channel, we don't really do this for views and subscribers and all this clout. We do this for the topic. The Pistons just had a magnificent sweep of the Lose York Knicks. Had to bring rock sports back. Anything can happen to sports. Well, do you think y'all going to win an NBA championship? If the NBA season ended right now, yeah, we would. Yeah, we would. More to see. More to see. But I'm going to tell you this. Us going to the finals is very likely, and us winning the NBA championship is very likely. Very likely. Because all the basketball is lining up. And yeah, no, we are better. We're better than everybody. And now it's up to us to go show how much better than we are. And if you know, simple as that. Go Pistons. Salute to 702 Smooth. Appreciate everybody. A couple show notes. As you've been noticing, we've been doing a lot of shock drops. A lot of shock drops, like coming out of nowhere and just doing lives. There will be more of this, you know, especially on special occasions like this. Yeah, you dang all right. We celebrating. Yeah, the title stays. You see, if Detroit Pistons are better than the rest of the NBA, yeah, we are better than San Antonio. We're going to show it. We are better than Oklahoma City. We're going to show it. We're going to show it. It's up to us to do it. And yes, Lose York is trash. One thing good about San Antonio, one thing good about Oklahoma City and Denver, they at least have an offensive system. Lose York doesn't. A whole lot of teams are going to be getting them out of here. And no amount of E.S. Satan gaslighting is going to save that. That team is not good. That team's predictable. They don't get it wrong. They're talented. They got players. They're going to look real good against these teams that don't play defense and play physical and don't have a cohesive unit. But go ahead let Lose York go against Oklahoma City. Watch what happens. Well, they beat them. All right. Okay. Cool. But you saw what happened when they played us, though. That has not been disputed. And yes, playoffs are a different season. But you know what wins in the playoffs? 3-point shooting, it helps in the playoffs. But defense wins in the playoff. Guess who's the best? Okay, hold on. Bruh. 702 Smooth. I'm going to share something with you. E.S. Satan is the worst sports network ever. Okay, so let's read the comment for those. I don't even watch E.S. Satan if it's not an actual game. And for those that are wondering how come we don't say their acronym like that, we don't say their acronym like that because they're owned by Disney and ABC. Please look up Disney, and that's why we call them E.S. Satan. Look up, study for yourself. Simple as that. Anyway, E.S. Satan has obvious biases toward big market teams. They don't even cover sports. They do commercials. Their personalities are trash overall. Salute to Shams. Shams is a very good analyst. He's a very good journalist. He's one of very few. They are an abomination to sports networking. For those that believe, oh man, but without E.S. Satan, I won't see nothing. Please consult your Wi-Fi. If you got to hit up a 702 Smooth, those that's in sports or Rock Files, don't have to hit either one of us up. Just contact somebody and say, well, how else can we see sports? Please. Because E.S. Satan is not going to give you analysis. They're not going to break things down like this off of basketball. They're going to give you pop culture through basketball. That's why they're the worst sports network ever. They used to be the best. Absolutely. Honestly, to segue for a minute, E.S. Satan is a lot like battle rap. They sold out. Now they're trash. Simple as that. That'll be our one battle rap comment we do. They have biases toward big market teams. If you're not a big market team, there's no reason for you to watch it. And they're fake. Please take a look at the ears where they have the bugs in their ears and they're being told what to say. They do a lot. They also do a lot of shock journalism. A lot of stuff they put out there is just for clicks and views. They clout chase. In other words, instead of, for example, 702 Smooth. They were good at one point. I was able to fall asleep and process all the info in my sleep. My friends would be like, how you know all this stuff? My response is my brain works differently than y'all. Likewise, sir. That's respect. But see, 702 Smooth, though, one thing, the reason why we can have this conversation is because we're thinking independently of what's being fed. ES Satan and networks like that, when they were good at what? Yeah, they were good. The era of Stuart Scott, the era of Chris Berman, Tom Jackson, the era of the sports reporters, the era of when Around the Horn was stuff like that. And other eras too, other people. We can't mention them all. But the second that ABC with Disney bought them out, it was downhill from there. Everything that Disney touched is satanic and it's horrible. Let's go to 702 Smooth. Now it's just a bunch of exactly. And it's commercialism. 702 Smooth, just to read the comment again. Now it's just a bunch of opinions. Nothing wrong with opinions. It's entertaining. But at least this show going to show you some numbers and not try to manipulate numbers in front of your face. That's what this show does. And we're just a show that's taking this here and there. We can't do this 24/7. Isn't it interesting how even though we advocate for the Pistons, that we can be more objective than ES Satan could? And let's go here immediately. The agendas and bias they have. Like they are the LeBron, for example, they are the LeBron James and Victor Wembanyama public relations department. They shouldn't be doing sports. Just say that you are the managers and the public relations department of LeBron James and Victor Wembanyama. And not even of the San Antonio Spurs or the Lakers. Oh, they also are of the Lakers, of course. But it's all fake. As 702 Smooth mentioned, it's just a bunch of opinions. And they're paid for opinions. They're just influencers on a sports network. There's no reason to watch them. You want actual sports? For those that actually want, like, hey, just give me the info, go to yahoosports.com, go to Sports Illustrated. For those that's really heavy into basketball, go to Tankathon, go to a lot of these other websites, man. You know, salute to Adept HNIC, who used to say this phrase, will say it here. Do your own independent research, because what you're being fed is trash. You're going to have to go get it yourself, respectfully. Because if you're relying on ES Satan to give you this narrative, and just to highlight it again, and just their opinions, you're going to be fed lies. And their coverage of sports, last point, and their coverage of sports is trash. That's why national media shouldn't be covering a lot of these other brands, because they don't even care about them. They don't. They never have. ES Satan cares about a little bit of Atlanta, a whole lot of Lose York, LA. Yeah, Atlanta, Lose York, and LA. That's it. That's their bias. They don't belong. At any rate, salute to 702 Smooth, man. Appreciate everybody, man. We about to head up out of here. Congratulations to the Detroit Pistons. Currently, as we speak, best team in the NBA. Better than the rest of y'all. Better. Can't wait. 4 games coming up. Gonna show a lot. Look, we got to play them. They got to play us. And first, we're going to get Chicago. Hey, Luke Kane. Chicago going to get dog walked by us. Okay, cool. Before we go, salute to Maze. We got Maze in the building. Be sure to subscribe to I Am Mazer4. Salute to that. And Maze, FYI, it would be good. You versus Reek. Wouldn't mind that being a 3-round battle somewhere. And Maze, we got to talk. Yeah, we got to talk about something. I'm not sure how we would set it up on this channel, bro. Just, I don't know. The scheduling is the issue. And I'm going to say on this channel, we wouldn't pay no battle rapper. We ain't going to do that. We can do money on the floor. We can just arrange it to be a preview or something. We ain't doing that. Ain't no bag over here. No. But outside of that, if it remains what we were just talking about, the Detroit Pistons are better than the rest of the NBA. We've done more. Although there's a good case. 702 brought a real good case for the Spurs. That Stephon Castle is going to be a problem for the Pistons. However, Jalen Duren is going to be a problem for whoever they got guarding that interior. This is going to be a great game between the Spurs and the Pistons. It's going to be a good game between the Oklahoma City Thunder and us, too. We're here for it. And Cleveland, we're going to dog walk Cleveland. We already figured them out. We're here for it. Protect your peace. Protect your sanity. Protect your energy. Stay safe, strong, and sane. Congratulations to the Detroit Pistons. This has been Rock Sports, product of the Rock Files. And, of course, as usual, as we say right about now, rock on, rock out.
They are losing today. Thankful their season is over now. Lose York, lose York. Coach Tom runs down the team. No more championship dream. Those 7 players are tired and worn out. Lose York, lose York. They cannot win in the square, won't get a ring anywhere. That's why they lose. Lose York. Lose York, lose York. Coach Tom runs down the team. No more championship dream. Those 7 players are tired and worn out. Lose York, lose York. They cannot win in the square, won't get a ring anywhere. That's why they lose. Lose York, lose York.
Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
And laughing. Welcome to the Rock Files. Are the Rock Files. Yeah, live and locked. This is how we rock. Live and locked. Welcome to the Rock. PG said. Live and locked. Live is how we rock. Oh, this is how we rock. The Rock. The Rock Files. Live and locked. Chill, baby. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked.